Welcome, everybody. How are we going on this beautiful Find You Fridays? Oh, my Lord. Hasn't it been a phenomenal week? I am so happy to be here with you today. I am happy to be on the show. I am happy to do readings with you. I'm happy to connect in with you and just find out how your guys' week's been. Yeah, we just straighten my top because it's all a bit wonky today. It's all good. So tell me, how's your week been, my beautiful friends? How has it been? That's why we're doing the moment there where we're sharing the love, sharing it out, and getting all of that going as well. Have you done your prep for Christmas? Have you done that? Hello from Canada. I see you. How does it get any better? Goodness. All right. So let's share that over to my feed. There it goes. I love it. I have to say it's been a very interesting week for me this week. I have, of course, started my new job. And with my new job, I am working like Monday to Friday now between two jobs, actually. So that's fun. And thank you for asking, Jenny. So it was awesome. I actually had a lot of fun. And week one of any job is going to be a little bit intense. It's going to be, you're just sort of feeling your way with the company and with the people. And every day I've worked with different people, either one other person or two other people. So we've had the three work active days. So yeah, and generally it was 8 till 4 or 5 over those 3 days. So my body has definitely been going, what the frick have you done to me? I'm used to not waking up until 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, and now you're making me wake up at 6. So there was a couple of days there where I was very tired. But I've done some really cool stuff, like so it's technically a cleaning company, but they do all sorts of stuff around cleaning. So they'll do things like general house cleans, but they'll also do other things like cleaning gutters, like I got to do this week. And so I was literally up on the roof at one point. So we did half of the roof from the ladder because we were able to access it that way, and the other half we did from up on top. So that was heaps of fun. Then I've done like a full kitchen clean. I've done like helped out with all the high up cleaning. And I've done what else have I done this week? Oh yeah, an end of lease clean. So I'm looking forward to like just seeing what other different things that have come out. Did basically a straight window clean this week as well, because it was very large windows, and then we also went around and did all the lampshades and stuff like that. So it's a lot of ladder work. So as I was saying to my beautiful people, like my friends and things who are like, how are you going? It was really good. It was really super good. But my feet and my calves and things, after having a couple of months of not doing a hell of a lot, except for on the Friday, of course, I would do my Fridays of renos. But the previous 2 weeks before that, 2 months before that, I haven't done an awful lot of ladder work. So I'm a little bit out of practice to be so consistently up on ladders. And it's hard work on your feet. It's hard work on your calves and your thighs and and your knees and everything, because there's this level of tension that you have to keep in your legs and your hips to just make sure that you don't fall off. Yeah, I'm what they call an ambivert. So it's where I'm not extrovert, I'm not introvert all the time. I'm actually sit in the middle. So ambivert is actually a really great. I'm far from skinny, love. The camera does not add 10 pounds to me, it removes 10 pounds. But thank you. I'll take the young part though. Compared to my grandma, yes, I am very young. And so yeah, I'm a lot fitter than I thought, but there has just been some days that have just been just so tired, so tired, and my body's sort of having to readjust, and it's good. It's good stuff. The hardest one was I was doing I think it was Wednesday. I finished technically around about 3:00. Or was it 4:00? And 3:00, I think it was. And then I came home, had a quick bite to eat, went straight back out and did 2 hours of lawn mowing. So Wednesday was a really tough day. And I came home and I was just absolutely shattered. So I can't do life now. I'm gone. Oh dear. So that's all good though. The first week or a few weeks in any job are hard, and that's just reality, you know. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. My body is enjoying it. And what can I say? Alrighty, let's do this one. Awesome. Chuck that one up there. Beautiful. All right, so as we know, if you wish to pop through higher up, if you wish to get an extended reading tonight, pop through a little donation there. Super grateful if you do. Oh, Jenny, that is just so beautiful that you have that kind of stability in your life, especially for someone who is an introvert. It's really lovely, like when you have that kind of a home base away from home, especially when you're like, there's things that change a lot in life, and if you can rely on at least something in your life remaining constant, even if things in a personal nature go a bit haywire, it's really lovely. For me, my constant over the last 7 years has actually been craft class. So that's the one thing in my life that has, apart from a few friends and things, but it's the one thing in my life that has remained consistent, where I was able to know that was coming up. I would look forward to it. Even when it changed from once a fortnight to once a month, it was still a really beautiful, consistent piece of my life. And I was so incredibly grateful for that. Because we were sharing. Tell you what, it was, there was some times there that I really required that. I've been through some pretty hard relationships at endings at times, and it was just nice to be able to require that. I've been through some I required that level of consistency, So let me just pin that one so that people can find it super easy. There we go. Beautiful. Now we're finished with Facebook land for now. That's enough over there. Oh dear. Lasted longer than your marriage. My time and disability, I worked with the one company for 6.5 years, almost 7 years. And in that, I finished in the end of November, and I'd started in the end of February. So I was just a few months off being 7 years, and that would have been, that first of all was the only business that I've worked for that long. Most businesses I've worked for was around that 2 to 3 years or less. And the longest relationship I've ever had was 7.5 years. So oh dear. I love that your current business, your current job has been that consistency for you for that long. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, so let's have a look at, who wants to come and play? Let's have a look at a general reading for the next 7 days, hey? Don't think we've got anything funky happening with the moon. I saw it was about half moon, I think yesterday. So don't think we're heading into any full moons or anything like that. Let me just, can somebody just double check that? Have a look, see when the full moon is, please. And just make sure. So for the next 7 days, from the 3rd of December through to Friday the 9th of December. What would be the best way that we can make the most of this first full week of December? It would be lovely. Okay. Using the new Starseed Oracle cards, well, they're new to me. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jenny. Do like to make those focuses around the moons when they happen, the fulls and the news. So what books are people reading at the moment? What books are you guys into? I've been listening to an absolutely incredible book that has just had so many aha moments for me over the last few days. At this stage, I'm not able to listen to my Bluetooth at work yet. But I get maybe that will happen in time to come. But right now I'm having just a lot of fun, interacting with my co-workers and the clients, and it's been an absolutely beautiful, beautiful time. It's great being out in the community again. Oh, cool. Yummy cards, see what pops out of that. Yeah, I've taken a little break from Dolores Cannon, but I have a feeling she's coming back into my world. So, hi, Angelita. Lovely to see you too, sweet pea. What are you reading at the moment, if anything? Interesting. I think the cards are definitely leading us towards that moment of reflection. So let's, oh, cool. That's cool, Jenny. How are you enjoying it? Or are you enjoying it? I haven't done Between Life and Death and Life yet, so I look forward to that. May even be my next book that I read, or rather listen to. Thank you, honey. Appreciate that. All right, so general reading for the next 7 days from the, what did I say, the 3rd of December to the 9th of December. So first of all, we've got karmic relationships is coming up. All right. So if you recall back a few weeks ago, we actually did a podcast with Brooke and Matt around karma and, well, you know, soulmates and twin flames, and karmic relationships came up in that. Hi, Melinda. So with this card coming up, it's asking you to be aware that there might be some conflict coming in the next 7 days, and it'll be to do with karmic relationships. So when karmic relationships pop up, you might find that there's conflict with no real explanation as to where it's come from. So it'll be something that'll just sort of feel a little bit out of the blue, like you might feel a little bit blindsided. And that's more than likely due to past relationship karma or interactions coming out to play in this lifetime. And the best tip I can give you is to be quiet for a minute when these conflicts come up. Take a big breath, do the expanding out. Just go, I expand out my awareness beyond wherever I've been before. I expand out my allowance beyond that. And then ask yourself, truth, is this from this lifetime or another lifetime? And if it's another lifetime, it'll feel lighter to you. Okay. And if it feels lighter to, if it feels heavy for this lifetime, it will, like, and then you'll know for sure it's a past lifetime thing, and it's something that you'll have to work through depending on what tools you've got. I quite often work through these sorts of things with my clients, whether they, you know, do in person or online sessions with me. And so we do karmic relationship type work. And the brilliant thing about doing it in an energy healing session is that you don't have to do it with the person directly, physically face to face. You don't have to go through any of that. And that's the brilliance of it. So we can actually heal that stuff without having to go into mediation or anything like that, which is lovely. So the cards for the next 7 days are just saying, just be aware there might be some karmic relationship stuff going on, okay? The next thing we've got is water your garden. All right. So we've got nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So for most of us, if not all of us, the start of December, for the next couple of weeks, especially leading into Christmas, it just keeps ramping up more and more and more. The energy that we're required to expend is just, it starts ramping up, right? So if you're in some kind of business where you're working for other people, quite often they'll start pushing the work through really, really fast. It'll just, because they're going to be shutting down perhaps for a week or 2 weeks. You know, there's all those public holidays coming up. So they're trying to get through the work a lot faster before Christmas hits, which puts a lot of pressure on the workers, right? So the cards here are just saying, be aware that that will be happening, and to make sure you take time to nourish your body and have plenty of rest. So I know it's so easy that to come home when you're completely exhausted and sit down in front of the TV, chuck on Netflix or whatever streaming platform you have, and you end up crashing out, right? And then it's not you watching Netflix, it's Netflix watching you. It's very easy to do that. What I would suggest is, instead of doing that, just go to bed. Have your dinner, do what you got to do, and then pop yourself off to bed. Okay, even if it means that you're going to sleep at a ridiculous time, you know, 7, 8 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter. The cards are saying, please take your time to rest over this next week. You're going to require it. Okay, there's no point. Well, there is a point, but it's easier to maintain that level of rest and self-care and nurturing rather than scrambling afterwards when it's become a really big problem. Okay. The next card that we've got is big picture thinking. Let's see if I can show you this card because it's really cool. I like it. All right, so big picture thinking. So we've got Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. So quite often around this time, we start sort of contemplating, looking at where we've been and also starting to plan for the new year. So just know that the energies over the next 7 days are going to support you really, really well with that. So in that moment of coming home and instead of popping on the Netflix and having the Netflix watch you, sending yourself off to bed with a journal or some sort of way to write things down, start looking at things like, what am I planning for the next year? And just start writing things down. Just make it your sort of general end of day journaling thing. And just as a suggestion, and be aware that the energies around this will be supporting you really, really well this week. Okay. This next card that we've got is the Whale and Orca Elders. Oh, I don't know if I can show you this one. It's so pretty. So it's share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. So this is what I'm hearing from this is it is a deep dive into looking at how far you've come over the last 12 months. Have that moment of reflection and dive deep on like when these conflicts come up. So we're looking at the first card here, those karmic relationship stuff. Allow yourself to dive deep on that. Allow yourself to feel into it and take it through to completion. Okay. So often, and I've heard this for years and years and years and years and years. Actually, the first time I really heard about it was probably, I would say almost 20 years ago now, that we do this thing where we are expecting ourselves to always feel happy. And so we're really, really good at taking happiness to completion or love to completion. But when it goes to something like anger or sadness, quite often, or frustration, or those sort of more fiery kind of energies, when we are feeling those, quite often we will stop it halfway. So when this challenge comes up for you, if it does come up for you, allow yourself to feel what is going on in your body. And if it is starting to trigger you and you get that point that it's actually a this lifetime thing, have a look at the very first time you ever felt this way. This is where we go dive deep, right? Have a look at that time when you felt that feeling, the very first time that you can remember when you felt that feeling. And you'll probably find it's something to do with your childhood. And when you start looking at that and then ask yourself, well, what am I feeling here as a child? And what did that child me require at that time? Okay. And this is a part of learning how to self-soothe as an adult. Okay. So we've got to go back to our childhood moment where that trauma or that trigger point began and look at how can we best support ourselves moving forward. Okay. So that's the part about diving deep. have a look at those trigger points. Have a look and see what they mean to you. Have a look and see, where did you first experience this? Especially if you get the awareness it's a this lifetime thing. The next card that we've got, I think this must be for my Northern Hemisphere people, is the Void. How cool is that card? It actually shows up really well on the camera here. So this one here is about stop, embrace winter. I'm like, it's certainly not for our southern hemisphere. In the great cosmic womb. All right. So our beautiful Northern Hemisphere people who are heading into winter now, it is a time of just slowing down a little bit and allow yourself that moment to just snuggle up and be okay with stop. And obviously for our Southern Hemisphere peeps, it's not so much the whole thing about the winter. It is about remembering it's okay to pause. Remembering it's okay to take a breath. And to, again, I'm hearing this is also to do with the second card that we had, the nourishing. It's okay to stop and nourish your body. It's okay to stop and nourish your heart. It's okay to stop and nourish your mind. So read a book, play in the garden, take time to look at the sky, take time to admire the things, the air around you even. All right. The next card that we've got as for our lovely general reading for the next week is, which one am I going for first? This one. Okay, cool. It's rainbow. All right, so we've got connect to spirit and nature. All right, so as I was just saying, take time out to spend time in nature, connect to the spirits, see if you can see out of the corner of your eye little fairies and tree nymphs and sprites. See if you can do that and see how you are flowing with nature. I think I have a story to tell you, but I'll tell you in a moment around that. And second to last card is Ruby. So Ruby is to rejuvenate your body. So again, it's coming up over and over and over through this reading. It's okay to pause. It's okay to enjoy the air around you. It's okay to enjoy the energies around you. Take time to rejuvenate your body. If you're getting a lot of lower back pain, if you're feeling a lot of tension through your body, ask it, what does it require to help it release that tension? Is it a new type of movement? Is it dance? Is it a gentle walk? Is it a stretch? Is it, what is it that your body requires to feel nourished and rejuvenated? Does it require just a gentle hug? Is it a massage? Is it a soak in the bath? And if you can't soak in a bath, maybe it's soaking your feet in a tub of water, with some essential oils and maybe some bath salts and things like that. It's that Ruby card is really asking you to rejuvenate your body from the inside out. Okay, and also look at doing things like that nice energy flow coming up from Mother Earth that we do. All right. And our very last card, our yummy card, is hope. So please keep that in your mind. What does hope? Maybe pop that down as a little journal note and ask yourself, what does hope mean to me? And just start writing. Do some intuitive writing. What does hope mean to me? Okay, so perhaps that's our little home play for the next week. And have a look at, what does home play mean to me? Be aware of those trigger points coming up, especially if you've got some karmic relationship stuff coming through for the next 7 days. Be very kind and nurturing and rejuvenate your body over the next 7 days. Be aware that you'll be also naturally thinking about the future and the big picture. So you might be thinking about, things in 5 to 10 years' time. You might be thinking about your financial status in that time. What are you going to do for creating more of that sort of thing? Don't be afraid to dive deep when those hard things come up. All right. And enjoy some time in nature. Okay. So that's a little summary for the next 7 days. Happy days. Thank you very much for listening. And thank you to the cards for sharing with us that. So this morning, I was feeling a little bit grumbly. And my body was obviously going, what the heck have you done to me? So we had as some of you may know, my landlord is selling the house that I'm renting. So we have to deal with people coming through to do show throughs and things like that. And there was one booked in for today. So after making sure that everything was all spick and span and up to inspection standard, I grabbed my coffee and I went and sat outside. I sat outside and I just paused and I listened. And I don't often sit outside in the mornings, and I think I'm going to do that more often as I can. And I paused and I listened, and the most beautiful thing was happening. There was almost no street noise for a start, and that was lovely. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. And this is while I was waiting for the floors to dry after mopping them. And there were birds twittering away in the early morning, and I was just like, oh, this is so nice. And then I looked over to my garden, and there's these little wee threads of spider web, just single threads of spider web. And I was looking at them, and I was looking at how the sun was dancing on them, and I was like, you know what? That looks like nature's tinsel. Just the way that the light was dancing off of them and all that sort of thing. I was like, gosh, that's so pretty. So pretty. And then as I was admiring them and I was talking to the fairies and just, continuing to thank them for looking after my garden so well and all that sort of thing, it was just like, oh, this is so cool. So cool. And I thought to myself, how often people, myself included, are just so busy that we forget, and so into our technology and our phones and all of that sort of thing, we forget the gift of just sitting with a few plants and just really admiring the gift that they are. And, I saw the bugs doing their thing, and I had different songs that sort of floated through my head. So I kind of ended up in an active meditation this morning, just looking at the plants and how everything just works so harmoniously together. And if something's not quite right, the plants will let you know reasonably quick so that you can do something to help them. And that's the beauty and the gift of nature. And it is constantly there to help you as well as me. And, so I'm wondering, how did you go with this last week's little challenge of nurturing yourself? What did you do this last week to nurture yourself? I would love to know, how did you go? I did a few things this week actually to nurture myself. One of them was that moment out in the garden. And I ordered in food a little bit because I was tired. And many years ago, my partner at the time said, if your heart's not into it, please don't cook. Because I can make really yummy food, but if my heart's not in it, it comes out bland. It comes out, just not great. Alrighty. So, oh yes, that's right. I must take that off so I can actually hear the ding dongs when they come through. Otherwise, I don't hear them. All right. Well, seeing as we have no paid readings just yet, let me jump over here. And let me show you this. Haha. Yes, I'm still doing online sessions, but generally you'll find me now doing them on the weekends. I think there might be the odd spot in the evening times when you can grab them. And on in-person sessions, absolutely, they're only on the weekends now. So that's what's the fun part of working full time. But I'm just glad that I get to connect with you all during this show and also our Tasty Tuesdays show. So just while I'm thinking about Tasty Tuesdays. So Tasty Tuesdays, I am really excited about our chat with Kira on Tuesday because so if you recall, Kira was on Tasty Tuesdays a few months back and we loved it so much. She deals with somatic healing. So very much talking about those childhood wounds and, looking at the ways to heal those wounds. And she deals a lot with that side of the trauma of that childhood wounding and those trigger points and all that sort of stuff. And when we was talking afterwards, we're like, yeah, I would love to do a show more towards Christmas because this time of year is tough for a lot of people. And I'd love to know how you guys are all feeling about Christmas. Is there any particular questions that you would like me to ask Kira to do with Christmas and family and how to manage your way through that? Like, let me know if there's anything in particular that you would like me to ask her about. She's absolutely brilliant. She's such a bundle of energy and I love it when we get to chat. So I'm really looking forward to having that discussion with her on Tuesday. I think we're actually doing a pre-record Monday, so let me know now because the show won't be live on Tuesday. It'll be a pre-recorded session, but you guys are the ones that get to know that. All right, are you ready? Are you ready, Steady? Let's do it. That's right. Pick a number between 1 and 88, my friends. And we will do some poetry readings. All right. I'll give you a moment to have a think about that. And while you think about that, and just pop the first number that pops up into your head, pop it in the chat now. I might be good, but I'm not that good. I can't quite get the telepathic message that far a distance away. All right. Pick a number between 1 and 88, my friends. Thank you, Melinda. Come on down. Okay, Melinda. We got enduringly etched. On this day, which is oh so special, I am thinking of you. I wonder how you are and where you've been. You were a fluctuating factor in my life, but that was before, when your mind was elsewhere. Now that you're back, hopefully to stay, I'm welcoming you with open arms into my life, heart, and world. Melinda, is there somebody you've been pondering lately? Is there somebody who's maybe been a bigger part of your world in the past, and you're sort of like, I wonder what they're up to? Because that's sort of what the sense I'm getting with this particular poem. It's just like a And if it's somebody who's already passed over, this poem is basically coming through to say, hey, yeah, I'm thinking of you too. And I'm letting you know that I am here and that it's okay. Perhaps it's somebody with a birthday coming up soon. Yeah, interesting. That's really cool. Okay. Yeah. Ex-husband or not, it appears that he's still floating around you too. And just checking in with you, making sure that you're okay. All right. So that was literally written as a happy birthday poem. So that's why I'm like, maybe it's a birthday, something coming up soon. Hi, Angelita. Pick a number between 1 and 88. That'd be awesome. So I hope that helps, Melinda. Reflection, huh? Feeling a bit reflective at the moment. It's okay. It's nice to remember those who have passed over. I know that for me, this time of year is definitely cool. Awesome. Thank you, Angelita. It is a big time of reflection for me. You know, I don't have blood family here in South Australia with me. So I find this time of year can be sometimes a bit confronting. Other times I get really, really excited. The best Christmases I've ever had have been the ones that I've spent on my own. And yet there's other Christmases that I've had with family and like my partner's family at the time, and they've been really great too. But there's still that element of I haven't got my family here. And so that can be a little bit funky for me sometimes if I ponder on it too hard. But more so, you know, my granddad, who has passed several years ago now, he likes to pop in and just make sure that I'm okay. And, you know, especially around these sort of more family orientated stuff, you know, he generally makes himself known. You know, I'll all of a sudden smell the smell of either CRC or linseed oil, and it will just sort of float through. And I'm like, oh, hello, Granddad. Or I'll find feathers. He'll put random feathers in my path so that I'll see them. Yeah. Wow, Melinda. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's the woulda couldas, huh? That's okay. He's quite clearly still, he still loves you. He's still, even in that space up there, he's still floating around, looking out for you. All right. So if he's still looking out for you and he's part of your spirit team, put him to work. Say to him, look, here I am. I'm looking for work and paid work and all that sort of stuff. Get busy. Bring me some jobs. Bring me the job that will have me having the most fun, where I get to enjoy the interactions with the other people I'm working with, that will just play to my strengths really well. Have that show up for me. That'd be great. Thank you. That's an awesome Christmas present. All right, Angelita. Ooh. Ooh. All right. The possibilities of intimacy. The delicious, intoxicating scent of you lingering on my skin, teasing my senses, delighting my memories, creating joyousness with every inhalation, dancing with me, enticing me. Fingers touch lips. The imprint of yours on mine still lingers. The taste of your sweat, the smell of your essence, all senses tingling with delight. The look in your searching blue eyes as they energetically receive my unspoken love. The moment every cell relaxed as those magical words quietly tumble from my lips. Those words that have become pure and clear again, unadulterated by this reality. The vulnerability to utter, the trust of knowing, the honoring of body and being, the gratitude of contribution, the allowance of choice, creating magical moments where time and space are of no concern, the feather-light touch, the passionate kiss, the melting embrace, they are yours, ours, to indulge in sweet contribution. You're on a big, deep dive into your feminine right now. Keep going. Because this poem is showing up to show you the possibilities of what will happen for you while you're choosing this level of feminine balance in your life, moving out of that dominant masculine and moving into that softness, that tenderness, that deliciousness of your feminine side. So this one is very, very much a huge encouragement to you to keep moving forward with your journey of your feminine journey, your healing journey, you're tapping into your intuition, you're tapping into your pussy energy, you're tapping into that goddess type of side of things. I actually have a book which is not necessarily relevant to you because you're in the northern hemisphere, but I'm sure you could find something relevant or similar. So I have this one called A Moon Goddess Diary for 2023, and I like this one here is for the southern hemisphere. I'm sure they probably do a northern hemisphere thing. It's from Rockpool Publishing. I would highly recommend you do something along those lines for the next little while to really just keep coming into your sensualness. Okay, so it's something you can do every day or whatever. You got that. It's a really lovely thing where you get to focus and have a particular goddess help you through and support you over a 3-month span. You get to choose which one works for you, and it's a beautiful book. It's absolutely beautiful, and I've already started filling out all my bits and pieces for my January through March. I'm going to be working with the goddess Konyin, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that shapes up for me and how she is different in her energies. I've been working with Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. They've been just gently sitting, supporting me over my last probably 3 years of my feminine journey and my spiritual journey and my pussy journey, and just bringing me through to that level of sensualness with myself. So have a look and see if you can find something similar, and just keep going, because this is totally possible for you too. Hi, Judy. Thank you for coming to join us. All right. To our lovely people who have just popped in, pick a number between 1 and 88, my beautiful friends. You picked the poem, love. I just really enjoy the gift that this little book is being to people all over the world. It's so cool. I love it. Absolutely love it. Is there anybody else out there that would like a nice little poem? If you would, intuitive poem reading, if you would, pop it in the chat now. Any number between 1 and 88, the first number that pops into your head. That would be amazing. All right, random question time, and then I'm going to go into a little meditation, a nice little nurturing. Yay! Hi, Heather. And then I'll do a little meditation, I think, a nurturing meditation, and then we'll see how we go. All right, Heather. Release. Love is a feeling that sneaks up on you. You don't know that it's got its hold until it's too late. It happens ever so gradually till the fateful day when I lose the person who is worthy of my love. I don't realize that I've fallen in love till I can't get them out of my mind, even though I know that they no longer belong there. It all takes time to forget. Right now, I have to move on, get on with my life, and start to live again as me. So, Heather, I think that last little piece is the part that was really standing out like bright lights. And in fact, this whole poem in many ways is like that. So that release that is requiring of you to happen, it's going to take a little bit of time, and it's also going to take you choosing to let it go and to allow your body to fully grieve, to allow your cellular structure to fully grieve, and that this is kind of like a little poem of encouragement to say, yes, you can do this. So just to give you some context for this particular poem, when I wrote it, I'll read what the blurb says. Okay. It says, just a few days after I after really choosing to stay on this earthly plane for a while longer and managing to put pen to paper, this is what flowed out. It would be a while before I'd be able to truly look at that time and express what had happened in a creative form. The choices made during that 5 to 6 months created huge gaps in my studies, my friendship circle, of which there was nothing left, and my happiness. I moved out of the flat and back into the halls of residence for the last half of the year and slowly picked myself up as best as I could. It would turn out to be the hardest thing I would experience. However, it's certainly first equal with a few moments yet to come. So this particular poem is from a very, very raw, very vulnerable point in my life that I get that you are also able to relate with. And so it's basically saying it's okay. It will pass. Things will get better. And it's going to take some very concerted effort on your behalf to allow yourself to let some of those heavier, denser energies go, to see them through to completion, stop hoarding them, stop allowing them to hold you down, and look for those little things that will bring you back a little bit of happiness. You know, look at those moments of, like I was talking about earlier, of just sitting out and looking at the potted plants that I've got in my backyard. Look at your backyard. Have a look and see. Feel the breeze on your skin. Look at how the leaves are moving. Listen to the birds. You know, just take those little moments and really, really enjoy those softer, happier, lighter moments, because that's what's going to help you get through. Okay, so I know it's tough at the moment. You will do it. You will get through, and it's just going to take a little bit of time. Okay, hun? I hope that helps. All right. So does anybody else wish to have a poem? Pick a number between 1 and 88 if you do. In the meantime, have a little look at this. If this is your very last chance, this is the last call. All right. Okay, Judy. Oh, just in the nick of time, eh? 47 for you. Okay. So fragile. My sensitive soul, you're so easily hurt. I never intended to make you angry. I was only telling what I thought was the truth. There have been times when I've been offended, but I try to let that slide. How can I apologize if you won't listen? Your eyes are cold and this makes me ache to my core. Please smile again and let your arms accept my embrace. Okie dokie. Judy, have you got a conflict going on at the moment? Have you got somebody that you're trying to people please with and to have them not be angry at you? Or, you know, feel like you're having to walk around on eggshells a little bit? Because this is very much around that. So it's like, so realistically, it's kind of a little bit of a warning to you that if there is somebody in your world where you're doing that with, Cool. So if there is somebody that is you're doing that with, take stock of where your heart is at. Okay. What is actually truly going to create more for you in your life? Is it going to create more for you trying to people please, trying to walk on eggshells, trying to keep them happy so that they are not like, you know, doing whatever it is that they're doing, slamming doors or giving you the cold shoulder or whatever? This might be a time for you to start evaluating, where do you wish to be in 12 months' time? Do you wish to still be dealing with this level of stress and strain on your body? Because the thing is, if you're dealing with this level of stress and strain on your body, it's going to start showing up as illness. Okay, fact. The body will respond to this level of stress by storing those energies, those things that you're really wishing to say out loud. It's going to start storing them in your cells, and it's going to start making them wonky. Okay, which is why we call it dis-ease. There is unease in your cellular structure. That unease is coming from not expressing yourself properly, not having those boundaries in place, not being honoring of you. Okay, there's that element of trying to always make sure that the other person's okay, and at the same time you're chopping off parts and pieces of yourself to do that. All right, so this is a little bit of a warning to you that that particular pathway might not be very healthy for you and may not be contributing to you, and that it's time to reevaluate and have a look at having some more conversations that, no matter how the other person reacts, know that you're doing this for you. Okay, I know it's hard, really fucking hard. I wrote about it. I've lived through it many, many times. And it wasn't until I started having my own back, and it wasn't until I started really valuing what it means to have my voice be heard, that my personal relationships, or those sorts of relationships, started to change. But yeah. All right. So keep going. Keep going. Keep working on those things, and you'll be okay. But it's going to take some, as one of my beautiful friends says to me, you got to pull on your big girl boots and keep going. All right. Don't give up. All right. You'll be okay. Just remember, you've only got this one little vessel this lifetime. Got to take care of her. Or if you're a dude watching this thing, got to take care of him. You know, you just got to take care of this precious vessel. And if we're storing up all of that toxicity in our bodies, it doesn't do anything to the other person, right? It's only going to hurt you. Thank you very much. Hi, Liz Brewer. I have a couple of friends. One of them is visiting London at the moment, and she has just taken so many photos of all the Christmas stuff up over there at the moment, and it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Liz, if you would like a little intuitive poem reading, pick a number between 1 and 88. And I'll do an intuitive for you. Just a quick one. And then we can do a nice little meditation to send us off on our way. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. There was one of the photos, I'm not sure where it was of. I imagine it's in one of the busier parts, where they've got a beautiful light display that is going down like a street, like an alley street type thing. It's obviously where the cars don't drive, it's just people walking through. And it's got like this big, huge angel, and it's like, it's so beautiful, absolutely stunning. stunning. It's like I'm a lights person, as you can see. So so seeing that was just like, made me very happy. That's for sure. Okie dokie. So Liz, I hope that was the first number between 1 and 88 that popped into your head. If it wasn't, if that is just your favorite number. If it was just your favorite number and it's not necessarily the first number, okay, cool. Alrighty. So if that was your number that popped up, I shall read it out for you. Loneliness is something I can't quite explain. It can hurt, make me feel out of it. It's a heavy feeling which is inside my body. It's a part of my mind, and it's released through my heart. I go all silent. I can't explain why. I don't want to be alone again. Okay. So we'll go with this one. Liz, are you feeling the pressure of the Christmas season, of the loneliness of that for you, and the fact that there is just like everything is supposed to be happy families, but you're not really feeling happy families within yourself? Is that something that's going on? Okay, cool. That's why you picked 7 first. It's the way it works. So what I would suggest is, if you're going to be spending Christmas or over this next little while by yourself, make it special for you. All right. So rather than focusing on, okay, my kids are grown up, they live where they live, my eldest daughter is married. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, cool. So as I was just saying before, the best Christmases that I've ever had have actually been the ones that I spent by myself. And the reason for that is that what I did is, in the few days before Christmas, I made sure I went out and I bought all the things for a scrumptious meal that I want, that I desired to have. Okay. Cool. Fashion designers, that's pretty awesome. And so there we go. You can just make it a really special day just for the two of you, if you like, or but yeah, just doing something that really makes the day special for you will make a massive difference on that day. And I don't know what Tambora is. I will have to look it up. Excuse me. So just make that day really, really super, super, super special for you. All right. And think about what is the best way, the most nourishing, the most delicious way of taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your heart, taking care of your spirituality. So on one of my best ever Christmases, what I did is I got up and I had some water, and then I had a really yummy long shower, and then I did some yoga. At that time I was doing naked yoga. So I did some naked yoga in my lounge room in front of my Christmas tree, which was all lit up, and I had it lit up all the day. And then I made a platter of all the things, the types of foods, the little niddly things that I really truly loved, that often I didn't get to enjoy because other people that I've been around just didn't necessarily enjoy the same things as I did, and there was always that pressure of going off to here, there, and everywhere for Christmas dinners or lunches or whatever. And I loved the fact I got to stay home. The schedule was my own to keep. I did not wake up to an alarm. I got to enjoy my body as she is. I got to celebrate her as she is. I got to nourish her with really delicious food. I got to I opened the presents that I'd been lucky enough to be given, and I was just so super grateful for every single thing. You know, I just made it all about me. I think I even maybe watched a Christmas movie or something, and you know, I just made it all about me. And it was just so lovely. And I think it was one of the few days up until that point where I'd pretty much smiled every single moment of the day. And it was just like, So I actually felt really nourished and nurtured on that Christmas day. You know, I wasn't feeling all heavy and like with all the people and the energetics of that, being an empath and you know, sensitive to all those sorts of energies. It was just like, so everything, my mind, my body, my heart, my spirituality, holistically, it was like one of the most beautiful, amazing days. So I would highly encourage something like that for you. So let me see what else you've been telling me. Beadwork embroidery on an exclusive tailor garment. Ooh. Originated in India in the 17th century and came to Europe in the 18th century. Of designing clothes with embroidery. You know, I wish I could embroider. I technically probably could embroider. I learned to do some stitches, and I did, you know, cross stitch and crochet back, and not crochet, cross stitch and the straight one. That's just totally gone out of my head. I'm sorry. Back in the days, and I've done many cross stitch type pieces, but I haven't picked up a hoop in a long time. I prefer to crochet these days. Yeah, wow. I channeled yours, saw his spirit back in 2007. Oh my goodness, how lucky are you? Cool. Excellent, Liz. That's beautiful. You go on YouTube and you have Sarah Humphrey. She's an expert in embroidery. My mum is pretty good at embroidery. Well, she used to be. She hasn't picked up a needle for many years either. But I'm sure, a bit like muscle memory, you can just, after a little bit, you could totally get that back. Love it. Love it. Thank you for bringing some new information to me. That's awesome. So yeah, basically, have a beautiful Christmas. Enjoy it. Be you. Hope that helps, Liz. I think my YouTube watching at the moment is not so much about needlework. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I actually have tapestry. That's the other word that I was trying to find. I think it is a cross stitch a pack that has been sitting in my cupboard for so long, many years. It's beautiful. It was given to me as a gift so long ago that I've never even opened it up to have a look at it. And I've still got it though, because I do intend to get to it one day. So maybe this is the universe saying it's time. It's time. I also did some long stitch pieces. I didn't enjoy long stitches much. I didn't like it was, I mean, it was nice for the speed of it. but I found that with long stitch, it was, you couldn't be as creative, Maybe, my team is funny like that. They like to throw these things into my awareness every now and then. Excuse me. All right. Let us move into a nice little meditation for the end of our show tonight, and we will get going. All right. So close your eyes. Hopefully, if you're not driving, close your eyes. Take a nice, big, deep breath all the way down to the bottom of your belly. Rolling that breath all the way up through your chest to your heart and your shoulders, and then slowly letting it back out again. Take another nice big deep breath in. Feeling your ribs move. Visualizing those sinews and muscles, helping your body to change, to shift, expand and contract. Becoming really aware of how all the parts of your body move when you breathe. From your belly, your back. And now let's give some gratitude to our body for continuing to remember to breathe every single moment of the day. Thank you, body, for taking care of me and keeping my blood oxygenated so that I can achieve everything that I set my mind to today. And now, as you become aware of your body, expand out that awareness out beyond the size of the room, beyond the size of your building, in a big, big bubble up into the sky and down into the earth, expanding out your awareness out to the size of the city or the town that you're in, and now expanding out your awareness to the size of the country. Expanding out your awareness out to the size of the planet. Yeah, I can feel that tension, my beautiful people. It's okay. Just allow yourself to go with this. Even if it doesn't make sense, it's okay. Your spirit, your being knows what I'm saying. Expanding out your awareness out to the size of the solar system. Expanding out your awareness out to the size of the galaxies. Now out to the size of the universes. And now if you'd like to go further, you're more than welcome to do so. You may expand out beyond your lifetime's dimensions, realities and non-realities if you like. Could be quite helpful for you while you're tapping into those moments of karmic relationships that may pop up this week. Expanding out your awareness out as far as you choose to go. Beautiful. And now, coming to your body again, focusing on your body. Your awareness stays nice and expanded out. Grab your sense of allowance. This, of course, is this ability to perceive, know, and receive everything from no point of view. There's no emotional attachment to it. You won't feel angry or sad or anything. You just see it for what it is. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome. You just see it as it is. It's the ability to be an allowance. Now expanding out your allowance to the size of the room. And in a nice big bubble to the size of the building, expanding out your allowance to the size of the country that you're in, expanding out your allowance to the size of the planet in a big, big bubble, expanding out your allowance to the size of the solar system, and now to the size of the galaxies, expanding out your allowance beyond the lifetimes, dimensions, realities, and non-realities. That's where you're up to. And now expanding out your allowance beyond your awareness. Beautiful. And just perceive how the body just goes, okay. Quite often, if you've got headaches and things happening, it's because you're contracted. Okay, something for you to be aware of. And now take a lovely big deep breath in. And just feel how different your body feels just by doing that little exercise, expanding out. And now I'd like you to imagine that Mother Earth energy, the unconditional love of Mother Earth, is now tickling its way up through your toes, up through your feet, moving through all of those reflexology points, kind of giving you the most softest, gentlest, but potent foot massage you can ever imagine. As it moves around each of those reflexology points, around your big toes, your second toe, your third toe, your fourth toes, and your little pinky toes. Moving along the side, the instep of your foot and the outer part of your foot. Moving through your heel and gently moving up through and over the top of your foot or feet, as the case may be. Gently massaging up those bones, moving along all those sinew and the tendons and the muscles of your feet that have been working so hard for you over this week or this year or your lifetime, and moving all of the toxins and things, all that lactic acid that might be stuck in your feet and in the bones of your feet and the muscles of your feet, moving that all up so it may be released gently and easily throughout the body. Moving it all up through your ankles. Lovely Mother Earth energy, that beautiful, loving, bright white opalescent light of unconditional love just coming up through from Mother Earth, through your toes, through your feet, through the heels of your feet, and now we're moving up through the ankle. Just pay really close attention to how your ankles feel right now. Are they tight? Are they stiff? Can they move easily? Might like to give them a little wiggle. Give your toes a little wiggle. See how they feel right now. Are they warm? Are they stiff? And then we go back to being still, thanking Mother Earth energy for contributing to our beautiful bodies in such a loving way. Moving that lovely Mother Earth energy up through our calves and our shins, gently, gently, nice and slowly, like she's giving us the most amazing, gentle, releasing massage you can ever imagine, coming up all the way up through to the knees. She's giving us the best massage because she's not just coming in from the outside, she's also coming straight up through the middle, working your cells and catching all those spaces in your body that no massage can do. Massaging even the cellular structure of your bones so that the blood and nutrients can flow through their cellular structure with total ease. Coming up through your knees so that the fluids within the joints of the knees can flow with total ease, moving any toxins out up into the kidneys so that they can be peed out later. Coming up through your thighs, just gently, gently, no need to rush. Allow your thighs to relax. Allow them to feel that loving Mother Earth energy coming all the way up through to the hips, those hip joints, where again you're feeling that energy just moving through all the fluids, clearing, moving on any of those toxic energies or any lactic acid or anything else that is in overabundance there that doesn't require to be. Coming up through your pelvic region, including your reproductive organs and your enjoyment organs. Coming up through your belly. That's it. Just really enjoying that energy moving through your tailbone and your lower back. Coming up through the chest and your heart. And just perceive that energy as it moves through those little lower ribs, coming up through your rib cage. Again, feeling that Mother Earth energy moving through all of those major internal organs and all the spaces in between. Coming up through your heart and your shoulder blades, to the top of your shoulders, to your collarbone. Going down your shoulders, joints, your upper arm, coming down through your elbows, through your forearms. Just perceive that gorgeous Mother Earth energy contributing to all the bones of your arms. Perceive them as they move and how Mother Earth energy is flowing through every single cell. Coming down to your wrists, through to your hands, the palms of your hands, and then moving out through your thumbs, through your index finger and the middle finger, the ring fingers, and the little pinky fingers. And now flood your entire arms and your hands with gratitude. Really perceive how grateful you are and thankful that you are to have your arms, if you have arms, to have your hands, your fingers, feeling gratitude for all the things that you can achieve because you have hands and fingers and wrists and arms. Think of how different your life would be if you did not have those things. It'd be a very, very different life. Now feeling that Mother Earth energy moving up through your heart space and up through your throat, and now your neck as well, coming up your spine. Perceive that beautiful Mother Earth energy moving up through the center of the spinal column, just refreshing all of the parts and pieces of your spine. Just nod your head forward, then gently tilt it back. Come back to center. Move your head slowly to the left, and now tilt it slowly to the right. Come back to center, and very slowly, very gently if you can, just roll your head and just perceive that Mother Earth energy, just very, very slowly, moving through all of those cells and molecules as you move your head slowly, slowly, slowly. And now rolling your head very, very slowly, going the other way. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now come back to center. And now imagine that gorgeous Mother Earth energy. Perceive Mother Earth energy moving through your jaw. And now coming up through your teeth and your lips and your tongue. And now the roof of your mouth, your upper gums and your teeth, through your nose and your eyes and your cheeks and your ears and your forehead. And now moving that lovely Mother Earth energy all the way through your brain. Just becoming really aware of that spinal column coming up and moving into your brain. And perceive how the Mother Earth energy moves through your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. Through your id and your ego and your superego. Because this energy is not just about our physical form, it's also about our energetic form. And now perceive as I'm speaking how your forehead just relaxes. While this Mother Earth energy is contributing to all of the parts and pieces of you. Moving that lovely energy up through the scalp and the crown. And now allowing that energy to move all the way out, that gorgeous Mother Earth energy to move all the way out to the very tips of your hair. And now out beyond your body. Moving through all of your chakra centers. Beautiful, contributing to all of those chakra centers and now moving, expanding it out just that little bit further. Out through all of your auric fields. Beautiful. Wonderful. I'd like you to now give your fingers a little wiggle. Once again, sending them heaps of gratitude. Loads and loads and loads and loads of gratitude for all of the wonderful things that they help you to do. Give your toes a little wiggle. Thanking your feet and sending loads and loads of gratitude to your feet and your ankles, your legs. Roll your hips and your back and give your shoulders a little bit of a wiggle. Take a big, lovely, deep breath in. And just feel how different your body feels right now. One more. And let it out. Fantastic. Alrighty, beautiful ones. When you're ready, open your eyes. And remember, for the next week, don't be surprised if some little conflicts come up, and don't be surprised if your body is asking you to have a little bit more nurturing, a little bit more kindness, and a little bit more softness in your world. And also, don't be surprised if your body also, your mind and your being and your spirit starts looking towards the future and looking for you to make future plans there. Okay? Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, definitely. You're so welcome, Liz. Thank you for coming along to play. I love doing those kinds of, meditations. It's just so nice, so nice. And of course, before you head out to do any Christmas shopping or dealing with loads of people, please expand out so that you're not that little pebble at the bottom of the river being pushed and bashed around with everybody else's energies. I'm glad you caught me too. And that's the best way to be able to manage yourself and your own energies, is to be able to be nice and expanded out like we are right now. And you'll be able to find yourself moving through the shopping centres and everything, and you'll just float. And nothing will be able to really bother you. It'll all just be like, okay, all good. It's the best kind of high. Alrighty, my beautiful friends. So, of course, thank you, Liz. I appreciate that so much. So, of course, for the next 7 days, be kind to yourself, be kind to those around you, be bold, be brave, be you, my beautiful, beautiful friends. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday for Tasty Tuesdays, and of course back here on Friday next week for another Find You Fridays. And of course, if you wish to have extended readings in the Find You Fridays, just pop through a little wee donation, and we'll be able to satisfy that for you. Alrighty, gorgeous ones. That's it for me tonight. Thank you so, so much for coming to watch. And until next time, be bold, be brave, be you. Do something tasty for yourself over the weekend. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.